Mic check, test 1 2. We're live. Check 1 2 3 4. Check check. Check 1 2.
Test one. Test
Can
one.
you hear me?
Not really.
Can you hear me at all?
Test one.
Hello, caller. And we're live and we're on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're a couple of minutes away from the start of tonight's hockey game featuring the Elk River Elks and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks from Braemar Arena, along with Bart Archer and Pete Wagner, and we're going to have all the action coming up in a matter of no time, so stay with us as we have a good one for you. That and more right here from Braemar Arena.
Okay, I'll get the door.
And here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Braemar Arena. It's the big third night. We love this one, the Section 7 AA matchup between Wade Chido's Grand Rapids Thunderhawks and Ben Gustafson's Elk River Elks. The Elks now 3-6 coming into this one. The Thunderhawks now enter with 3 wins to go along with 4 losses on the season. And Bart Archer, it's been a busy day for you today.
It's going to be weird. I can't hear you.
Well, that's all right.
We'll just keep powering through it. But you think this game means anything to these people, Pete? They have their starting goaltenders in. They came with some enthusiasm. We're going to see a pretty inspired game today.
Yeah, they kind of came heavy into the wall, indeed, Bart Archer.
Yeah.
Get a good look at the Thunderhawks right there as they get ready to go here in this one. And you know, you came off the Catholic Showcase, the American Family Insurance Boys Hockey Catholic Showcase last night, and this afternoon, and quite the game for you.
Well, it was. It was first time seeing Holy Family Fire play this year. They play a pretty heavy game. They kept moving the process forward. Kind of broke it open in the third period. So I think 4-1 was or 4-2 was your final, but Holy Angels didn't really play. I think the Holy Angels Stars game today.
We'll get ready to get things started here for the Elks. It'll be Michaelis in the squared circle, and he went in against the Thunderhawks, Braden Holcomb, as we are underway from Braemar Arena. Thunderhawks in their white sweaters. They'll be the home team. They get the last change as Peart backpedals, plays this one rink wide, back at center ice. It's going to dribble into the left wing side, gathered up by Murphy. He's going to play back to the right side. Now it's going to be Peart who took that one from Easton Young. Peart now across the line, loads it up and shoots. That one deflects wide of the mark. Good defensive play there by the Elks. Both these teams played Edina and Eden Prairie so far in the 3-day set. Both came up with losses. Both played well in each one of their games and had their moments. Now it's going to be a quick shot by Humphrey that's right in on goal, as it's going to be Carter Clafton making his 8th start of the season, 2.79 goals against average with a .905 save percentage. Now Peart with it to the right wing, cuts against the grain. He's going to try to get center, does the job, dumps that one in on Kojal, who makes the save and leaves back in behind for Kotzane. Now to the neutral zone, they go with it. Nice job by Del Greco to chase that one down as he turns this one to the left wing side. There's a quick shot high over the glass to the line. That's sent back into the corner. Del Greco is there. He'll cut that one off and lays that one up to the line. Left wing side, they go for Mork Way as they miss the mark. Shallow angle opportunity there. Now it's going to be Zolke with it. That's turned aside by Kojal again. He's been a stalwart in goal. There's another recovery save by him, and a good one.
Wow, really some good pressure by Grand Rapids. Mork Way that actually kept the puck in the zone, and then a good track down, but just keep putting the puck at Kojal, but a nice side-to-side by him. But I like the energy that I see out of Grand Rapids. Pete, little fun fact for you going into this. In the last 4 games, the Grand Rapids forwards have only scored 1 goal, so they're looking to break that trend and get on the score sheet relatively early. But I think once they get that one, it'll kind of give them the good feels, and they can start kind of picking it up from there. But they've been challenged the last 4 games, looking for that trend to change tonight.
We'll keep our eye on that development for you here with 15-18 to go. Off the boards at center ice. Chop back to left wing by Wilson. Sent behind. Greniak is there as he's going to put on the brakes. Had a nice chat with Ben Gustafson after the Edina game, and, you know, we talked about some of the good things that his team did in that game, and, you know, among them were sustained moments of pressure against Edina. Just seemed to wear down a little bit in the third period as the heavy forwards of Edina became a little bit too much, but generally speaking, he wanted to see some more puck support, puck movement, and keep the players away from the puck moving.
Well, that's kind of the challenge of playing against teams with depth, is just sustaining the energy throughout the course of a period. And you'll have your high spots and your low spots. You just have to negotiate those as best you can, but I thought they had a pretty good showing.
They certainly did, and, you know, they played Eden Prairie decently tight, you know, the juggernaut that can shoot and score from anywhere around the sheet of ice. There's a little move, nifty job by Murphy. Couldn't get all the way through on that one there, as that's going to be sent to the goal mouth area, and a blocker pad save made there. That was sent in, of course, by Jack Peart.
Well, it was Peart that took that shot. It was a good shot, actually. Just a quick wrist shot. had some velocity on it. I think he was trying to go a little wide, but it was Kojal that decided to get involved in that play, get in front of it, hold on to it, face off to his right. We're early, 14:30 left, scoreless first period. It's really been all Grand Rapids to this point. In fact, I don't think Elk River's even had any possession down in the Grand Rapids zone.
We have a delayed penalty coming up. See if we can pick that up. It's a trip.
Yeah, and it's going to go against Miskovich. It's going to be a trip, but really a good opportunity for Elk River to kind of possess the puck. You know, Humphrey had a good shot on goal. We're going to look to him to take probably more shots in this game, but really a good opportunity for Elk River to possess the puck. Interesting alignment on this faceoff.
Humphrey gathers. Greniak now. Michaelis back down for Humphrey. Right circle, look to the slot. There's a shot that's blocked. That looked like that hit this man, Peart, on its way in. He goes to his defensive partner in Easton Young. Here comes Del Greco, shorthanded. They'll drop that one back, but that was defensed by Humphrey. Greniak now tried to find the oncoming Michaelis. And now it's going to be played back to Young rather, as he goes for Peart. Kind of an old school tone to these sweaters. I kind of like the font on the numbers. The white pops really nicely for the Thunderhawks. Kind of a St. Cloud State Husky feel to these Elk River Elk sweaters. Kind of Blackhawks on the socks. Check that on that puck. That was Blake Johnson. Now it's Michaelis. That's off the stick of Clafton. It rolls into center ice as Greniak will be forced to regroup back into his own zone. He comes away with it, and now he'll start it right back up. Gets turned away as he looks over to the left side for Caden Casey. And now here come the Elks across the line. They put on the brakes. Up high, that's deflected, that opportunity from the freshman Casey. You know, that's a guy that Gustafson talked about really turning the corner a couple games ago. You know, he said, you know what, no apologies. You're here for a reason. You're a good player.
Yep.
You know, believe in yourself. And he says it's really started to pick up, especially here at the Holiday Classic against these teams. There he is, Casey now up to the line. Skyberg was there, misses the mark. Now Del Greco, and that's chopped and played back down to the Elk River zone. Over to make the play is Kojo. Casey. Zulke. Kick back down, and that one was offside at the line.
Well, Blaze showed a little athleticism on that one, pulled his inner Pele out. But Pete, these are, I thought I heard you say they reminisce about the Blackhawk sweater. Grand Rapids got some pretty stylish sweaters as well. They're looking good out there tonight.
Yeah, I was talking about how it has a little bit of an old school feel to them.
I like it.
With a little new school fueled in there as well. Kind of a blend. Very nice. Well done. We're 5-on-5 back at center ice. It's sent back along the board area. It's going to be Jake Kotzane off the end boards as he finds Hughes. Hughes is checked on the play. Over to help out is Grassel, as it's going to be sent right back into the far corner. Kotzane again off the glass. That's at the line and sent right back in behind as the Elks bottled up a bit in their own zone here in the early stages after that power play. Zulke goes rink wide. Peart ran into his own man, then pickpocketed, crossed the line, stood up and checked on the play was Nordstrom. Now it's going to be on the stick of Zulke, who plays this one around. Checked heavily into the boards was Wyatt Holcomb. Officials felt he turned on that, so they didn't go from behind. Back up at center ice, it's going to be across the line. Quick snapper that's deflected by Michaelis on its way in. Fertel was there. Now it's going to be left wing on the breakout. That's handled by Murphy. Now Greniak checked on the play by Miskovich. Elks find the man in stride. Fertel plays that one deep and around. It's going to be Young over off the right wing rail as he carries it deep and looks up ice. It's off his stick, and now it's Hughes. He finds the oncoming Young. Now back into the corner. Greniak's going to be cut off by Murphy. And now the Thunderhawks Peart plays it back over for Young, whose shot's deflected. There's some action down by the goal mouth area, but it's kept out of the net.
Well, pretty good pace of this game so far. Grand Rapids certainly has put more pressure on Colgel than they have on the Thunderhawks Clapton, but it was Michaelis that came in, put a pretty good shot on, but it was Clapton put it in the corner. But I really like the way this Grand Rapids team is supporting the puck, supporting their players, pushing the puck up the ice and showing some speed. This is going to be a fun one.
Sent back in behind the net. It always is. It's spirited, and it's, you know, it's for something. It's, you know, you got to get these section wins, you know. They're big. Now down across the line they go with Blake Johnson. Tried the drop pass for Casey. They misfired on that one. There's a shot in on goal that's hung on to.
Well, kind of a just an offering from Jackson Skyberg. Wrist shot from the point. Not a lot of velocity on it. Clapton went across the body and snared it with his glove. Face off to his left. 9:48 left in a scoreless first period. I think that's another good opportunity by the Elks, but both teams are now exchanging some pretty good opportunities, but everything is contested. Not a lot of room to move out there.
Oh, big check thrown there. Down goes the Elks. Johnson he was lit up by Morquay.
Ooh.
Johnson lost an edge in front, but the turnover for Brodzinski back in behind Morquay. Now he gets surrounded by Casey. Over to the right corner it goes. Oh, they get away from one man back at center. That'll be chipped back into the Grand Rapids Thunderhawk zone. A body check thrown there. Now it's Del Greco turned over back at the line. Del Greco again. Hits the glass. Held in. That was blocked partially by Bischoff, but enough of it went in deep. But now back to center it goes with Wilson. Nice battle there by Brous as he wins it. Carries it deep. In on goal. He goes heavy into the net. Koschel gets run into. We had all sorts of stuff going on there.
Well, he did a good job of funneling to the net. Really went in it with some force and kind of made contact with Koschel. Net came off the moorings, but boy, he really picked up some speed around the blue line and used his edges and uses the strength to kind of create that opportunity. But Koschel kept the puck out of the net. 8:40 left in the first period. Face off to Koschel's left.
Elks now to center ice. And across the line they go with it. Do the Thunderhawks. That's Brodzinski with a chance there. That's turned aside. Koschel's been good tonight. He's been good every night, but now Brodzinski again. Stopped on the play by Miskovic. Back up to the line. Thunderhawks run out of real estate. It's Brodzinski and on the move. His shot, that's deflected up and off the stick and off the netting, and it stays inside.
Well, that was Brodzinski that took that shot, showed some good speed up the right side. All the chances seem to be coming from the right side, but it was Bonner that had a chance point blank on Koschel. I think the puck rolled over his stick. He pushed it toward the net, didn't get the lumber he wanted on it, but some pretty good opportunities by Grand Rapids. They're very spirited and they have good focus tonight.
Peart doesn't like what he had there, nearly blocked, and he's going to get it back. Peart now again. That's deflected, bounding puck in front. Now it rolls back over to the right wing side. Young, he stood up on the play, stick save, turned aside by Koschel. 7:23 to go in the first. Body thrown there, and they're going to look back up ice. Peart loses the handle. He'll turn it way back in behind the net. Glove save by Koschel.
Well, just 7 minutes to go in this period. I was going to ask them up there if they could help us out a little bit. just because my ears are not good, and with the music, it's kind of hard to hear you. But face-off to Colgill's right, but the majority of good opportunities are generated from Grand Rapids.
The battle for that puck off the end wall as it comes back through. I got something on there. Try your other ear. See if it's there. See?
We're good now.
Who's your daddy?
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Bart Archer's all happy now.
I am. Now I can
I'm a magician.
Now I can hear the golden tones of Pete Wagner. Should have pulled that magic out a little earlier is what I'm thinking.
No, I kind of liked it. I like leaving you in the lurch.
I got my nookie blanket now. I'm good.
There's a shot in on goal. Colgill again the save. Nice glove stop there.
Well, indeed it was, and that was Cody Miller that came in. Really a lot of play down in the Elk River zone, but I think that's more of a credit to Grand Rapids. They just seem to be pushing the puck to the open man, head-manning the puck, and getting some looks on Colgill. Obviously, getting the looks is important, but trying to beat the goaltender is a whole other challenge. He's been very impressive so far this week, and I don't look for that trend to change tonight. Seen some great goaltending these last couple days, Pete Wagner.
Indeed. Now we're going to see the puck back to the near side. Clafton is as good as it gets. We've seen Colgill for the years here as well. Loudon Hogue has been rock solid for Edina.
And Axel
Andrews.
Andrews, correct.
Axel Rosenlund from the Eagles. Body check thrown there off the boards. And there's another one, Wilson, off to the right wing side. Nice job to cut that off.
Oh, good shot.
They score!
Holy cow.
Wow, look at that. That came out of nowhere.
And that was Blaze Schultz. Shut with his second goal of the season, but that's a goal scorer's goal. He didn't have any options. Good positioning by Grand Rapids on that one. He didn't have any options, but very shallow along the goal line. He just went short side, top shelf, and eluded Carter Clafton. Early or 1-0 lead, 5:29 left in this first period. Well, I think that surprised everybody on that, Pete, but that was a really good shot.
Yeah, including me.
Just want to bang
I had
on
my
the
head
drum
down.
all day.
Next thing you know, the puck's that's such a shallow angle. I was looking over at another sheet of the ice, see if someone's dropping down the slot area there. And next thing you know, he's shooting it.
Well, he didn't have many options. He took the only option he had, and he make it count.
Shot from Nordstrom is your official scoring on that marker. 5 minutes even remain in the first. It's 1-0 in favor of Elk River. Puck played to the right wing side, just offside for Murphy.
Well, it didn't look like body language-wise that Grand Rapids is too stunned about that one. Didn't really affect them too much. Obviously, it just means they have a little bit more work to do. But I'm a big body language guy, Pete. You know, if you see the shoulders kind of shrug after a goal and kind of get lethargic, it really tells a story. But they just right back to the dot, rolled up their sleeves, get back to work. Grand Rapids doing some good things. Just got to continue that. I think their forwards just have to punch one in and kind of, you know, get through that threshold, and then likely good things to come for the Thunderhawks.
Yeah, plenty of talent up front to do it. You know, I think it's for the commitment to the defensive side of the puck here. It's funny when things start, everybody's all giddy. They're happy to be here. You know, the season starts. They get through the scrimmage bug, and, you know, they do the whole thing. And then the next thing you know, it's kind of like, okay, it's Christmas time. It's Christmas tournaments. It's weekend series like this. And the next thing you know, you have to start turning the corner into January where you start getting real here. It goes beyond just being happy to be here.
Right. Well, you're going to have your peaks and valleys. It's how you manage your way through those peaks and valleys. But things start to solidify or steady a little bit after the holiday season. You better get on your horse, young man.
He's got it. On the way there was Frankie.
Showed some good wheels.
Elks to the left wing side. That one's going to be sent back to the near corner. Now it's going to be Young with it. Young surveys. That just to his right. He's being hounded by Blake Johnson off the glass to center. Elks had that momentarily. Now it's going to be handled by Greniak. Del Greco tried to poke it to safety. And back up ice they go. Nice job to catch that pass off the backhand. Reaching back was Blake Johnson. He'll get his own puck from the corner as Del Greco is there. He's drilled down. Now it's going to be Morquay with it. Flipped up in the air by the Thunderhawks' Cody Miller.
Wow, big check by Zolke on that one. Kind of sent a message, but that's what body check's all about. Stop the forward progress of the opposing player, and he did that textbook. So a really nice play. If they can play physical in the end, it might put the Elk River Elks' heads on a swivel a little bit, maybe take them off their game just a little bit, but pretty tough squad, pretty tough sledding through the neutral zone.
Back behind the net it goes as it's going to be the Thunderhawks off the boards. Morquay found John Bonner, who played that ahead. On the move, it's Cooper Brodzinski. That one can't find its way through the traffic. Back in behind the net it goes, off the side of the net. Gathered in and played to center by Joe Nordstrom as an assist here tonight.
Well, I like the fact Brodzinski uses that, just cut to the net instead of doing the flyby and going around. He went right for the goal, which is what you want to see.
Played up to the left wing side, controlled now by the Elks. Michaelis with it. Carries this one across. We always talk about what type of crowd we're going to have here for that Edina Eden Prairie game. When you have one of those two teams that are among the top in the state, like Eden Prairie is right now, or it's been Edina in the past, or they've exchanged places there every once in a while, there's always the curiosity factor, and I think everybody wants to see. There's a shot in on goal, stopped and handled by Kojo. I think everybody wants to see if that's really the juggernaut or not.
Well, I guess we're going to get a good test tonight. It's going to be a good test for the Eden Prairie Eagle team against an inspired Edina team that's playing some of their best hockey of the year, but emotions are going to run high as they usually do, but it's a game that I think everybody looks forward to. It's a good test for both of these squads to find out really where they are. Pretty good offering on that one by Peart, but Kojo made a nice save.
Michaelis. Back up at center ice it goes. Racing through traffic is Murphy, now on the stick of Braden Holcomb. There's a shot turned aside by Kojo. 2 minutes 15 to go in the first. Blocker passing. Boy, he's had some saves to make.
Well, he put the rebound in the corner, too.
Yep, said you can go right there. There's Michaelis with it now. Looks ahead. Peart will chase that one back into his own zone as the captain watches it travel in for an icing.
Well, Kojo gives me the impression that he's not afraid to see a lot of pucks. I think it kind of keeps him engaged and involved, but he's in solid command, plays a pretty quiet game back there, not a lot of movement, very efficient, but makes the saves when needed, putting the rebounds where he needs to put them too, so continuing to impress. Ooh, that was a big skate save by Greniak on that one. He controlled the rebound.
There's a wrister. Yeah, well, you got to do it all if you're a D-man, right? I mean, you kind of got to play a little tendy, a little forward, a little D.
Well, and he's done that these last couple days.
Indeed he has. Puck will be rung around to the right wing side. That's going to be Frankie there with 1:33 to go in the period. Gathered in by Wilson. Now the Thunderhawks will regroup with Del Greco to the left wing side. That's Miller with it. Looked to center, and that was deflected, knocked down by a stick. Johnson was there. Now Del Greco flushed back into the corner. That off the forecheck of Shutt. Taken in stride. Right wing on the breakout. Here comes Del Greco. He can fly, walking. Try to get an angle. Kojo, oh, that one might have touched itself, kissed the post.
I think it did.
There's a quick wind and a slapper, and on goal, there's Kojo again to make the save.
Well, it was Hunter Bischoff that took the big clapper high in the slot. Maybe just a quick wrist shot with some velocity on it might have been a better play. It'll really allow Kojo to come over and square up to the shooter, but again, a good opportunity. And Grand Rapids forwards needs those opportunities to get through this kind of the funk that they're in. But if they can keep getting shots on Kojo. It's hard not to get distracted by the music selection.
Every time I hear that song from the Doors, I think of Jack Black. That one in On Gold School of Rock, short side angle with Lawrence, who's good at piano.
Yep.
He shall be rocking in my show.
That's a pretty good movie, P. Wagner. I enjoy it.
It's top 5 for me.
I can see that.
It's about music.
I like that too. Plus it's Jack Black.
And I had tons of little sounders I could use for my radio shows because there's so many sound bites in that you could do for humor.
Tenacious D.
Oh my word. Wonder Boy. Back at center, they'll have to hurry. Michaelis not on, so now Humphrey will have to jump back on. Yep, he does. Now here come the Thunderhawks. Peart. Nice little shifty move there. That was blocked off the gear of the defenseman. Zach Stroh, who got up ginger and kind of turned and went. And that does it for the period. Sticks get up in the corner, but no worse for wear as we take this one to the first period.
I'm not trying to get anybody excited, but Peart's getting up very slowly right now. He looks like he's okay, but whenever a player of his magnitude goes down, it gets everybody's attention.
Certainly does. Today's coverage is presented in part by Tradition Companies and, of course, American Family Insurance. We also have the American Family Insurance Catholic Boys Hockey Showcase going on at the Trier Rink. Game 3 of 4 is that's over probably. We've got St. Thomas Academy and Hill Murray squaring up to go at 7 o'clock. Benilde St. Margaret's and Cretin-Durham Hall had one going. Our own Matt Harrington is there, going wall to wall for us.
Yeah, he was pretty fired up about that game.
He was looking forward to working with you.
Well, it was fun. He did a great job. Very easy to work with. I called him Pete only once, so I'm conditioned. I'm a creature of habit, I guess, so to speak. But no, it's fun to call a game with Matt. It's been a little while. But I got a chance to talk a little bit to Coach Ken Pauley before the Benilde game, and he was looking forward to a solid contest. And do you have a score on that one, Pete? Is it still going on? Or?
It should be over. It was 2-0, and I'm setting up our between-period festivities here. Awesome. So we'll look at that when we get to the break, and we'll have more.
Well, just to give a quick summary, it was Schutt that scored a second from Nordstrom, so Elk River didn't get an abundance of shots, but they made the one opportunity that they had, or one of few opportunities that they had, they made it count. So they will go into the locker room up 1-0. But I think if you're Grand Rapids coach Wayne Chido, you have to feel pretty good about the way your team played. They controlled the play for probably 75% of the time, if not more. And good purpose out there, good focus, getting the puck to the open guys, but they got a lot of good looks. I think Kojal was the star of that period for Elk River, but a lot of good things for Grand Rapids. You can feel that they're just scratching the surface. Maybe they can punch one in this period.
More high school hockey continues right here at the Tradition Edina Holiday Classic. And Hockey.tv continues its coverage of high school hockey right here in the state of Minnesota, and we are proud to be sponsored by Robert Thomas Homes, part of the Tradition Company's family. And joining us here between periods is Carol Griffith, the VP of Sales and Marketing. Carol, like I say, it's our annual checkup. I'm so glad to be speaking with you about Robert Thomas Homes. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Pete. Thanks.
That's good to hear. You know, Robert Thomas Homes is a very unique community of homes, and I've
So Anabai Construction Company started in 1905. So I'm a third generation, and now we have Eric and Jake.
One of the neatest things that I get to do when I go new places and talk about Tradition Companies is talk about the history of the company, and you know, it's pretty easy to be proud of the fact that we've been in continuous operation for almost 120 years.
Really, it just came down to, you know, trying to figure out better ways to serve the customer, and so it wasn't necessarily about making more money, but it was about providing a more seamless turnkey customer experience. So just kind of slowly over the years we added additional pieces to the puzzle.
So we started the Tradition Companies basically to figure out how we could do vertical integration that that encompassed pretty much everything from the dirt to the final closing at title.
Too heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. Good. Looks great.
Wow, this looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project, and I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh. Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamites is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. We might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember, we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
Please do. Please do. Good luck tonight, too, by the way. Give him help. I mean, even though I They skate the outdoor rink. Christmas Day, before it's closed. And before he closed them, somebody put ice for us and everything. We can't do this on the building. He's got to keep doing this on the building. But I won't be able to make it this year because I'm going to Francis for but I mean, Twitter's still a really good player. Those two kids are really good, and the son-in-law's really good. Right. They got the 60-year-old out there. And what's funny is that I thought I was okay, you know. Last time he goes, man, you really improved. And it's just like, he goes, this year you're good. And it's just like, well, how bad was I last year? I thought I was pretty good last year, too. But I just said, well, you invited me back, so I think that was a good start. It is kind of fun out there, though, if the weather cooperates. For one of us, it's fun. It's cold. We skated for an hour and a half. And I just went over. That's cool. But I didn't bring the head coach and the splitter back for 3 hours. First 5-10 minutes of the year, I couldn't really get sense. So I just felt that we got to figure it out. Another big thing.
And we welcome you back to Braemar Arena along with Bart Archer. I'm Pete Wagner. Kind of a little bit of a buzz starting to pop in here now a little bit.
Well, they're starting to filter in, but it's getting after the dinner hour. People are getting settled in for a little Saturday night hockey, but it's starting to fill up a little bit. But if you're Elk River, Coach Ben Gustafson, obviously some adjustments needed to be made between the periods. They really got outplayed.
Did you say Bent Gustafson?
I said no, B-E-J-E-N-T, Gent.
B-N-G-T.
Right.
I'm going straight up Caps.
Absolutely. Him and
way.
Pavanka. But Elk River scored in the first period. It was shut a second goal from Nordstrom. Shots on goal of the period. Grand Rapids with 20. Elk River with 3. I guess it's not the quantity, but more the quality, Pete.
You were a Michael Pavanka guy. I was a Peter Bondra guy.
Yeah, you were. I was a Scott Stevens guy, to be honest with you.
Well, who was him?
Larry Robinson.
Did you like him?
I'm just throwing names out now.
Were you a Big Bird guy? Shot in on goal. That was
he was
stopped.
one of the great ones.
Yeah, I'm not saying he
wasn't.
wasn't.
That's what Susie is. Susie in the making. He's going to be the next Larry Robinson.
Do you feel like Rod Langway was given props just because he sort of? I mean, but did he deserve it?
Well, he had a stick zone that was.
There was a shot in on goal that stopped by Clafton. But you know what I mean? Did he milk in off of Larry?
It's praise by assimilation. He was an outstanding player, but I think you're right. It was Robinson really the first generation, the prototype, and then. It was Langway that came in, but he was an imposing force out there, no question about it.
So you're saying that Robinson really paved the way for the big, mobile, strong defenseman?
Yeah, there were a few better than Larry Robinson, Pete Wagner. I watched him play when I was a teenager, and he was very impressive.
How about the Big Bird as a coach?
I don't know, but he gave my daughter a puck in a wild game.
Wonderful.
I don't think she really understood the gravity of it because Dad was giddy, but she
You
started to understand.
You have no idea what just happened. She said, "What do you mean? Why do I want this?" Oh, a quick stop. That one stopped by Kojal, and back out of the zone
Another
they come.
stop by Kojal.
How many shots? What do we have for the shots on goal, buddy?
Well, shots on goal. Grand Rapids had a 20 spot last period, which is a big number, but still that 0 on the scoreboard. But now it's 21, and that was a pretty good shot. I would have opted more for the snapshot instead of the clapper. You can't let Kojal square up. If he squares up, he's going to make the save. So you got to get on him before he has a chance to set. But they're getting their opportunities. I think that's the important part.
Here's one off the draw that hits the side of the net. Off the boards it goes. It's going to be Fertel with it. They'll flutter this one over to the near boards. Now it's going to be handled by Sturl. Walking the line. Don't forget, the MN Hockey TV continues. I know everybody that's on this stream is going to line up at 8 a.m. and hop on our live streams of the Minnesota Wild Girls U8 Mite Jamboree.
Oh, that sounds like a blast, actually.
From the XL Energy Center. But basically, we're setting up 2 cameras. It's 2 half-ice games, and we're just going to kind of let it fly, so it should be a lot of fun.
That's cool, though. I mean, it'll give some exposures. I'm sure it's great for the kids to watch themselves play as well. I'm sure that some of even the high school kids watch our broadcast, so I better watch what I say and try to get the pronunciations okay and give them the proper credit where credit's deserved, but work in progress.
No play-by-play.
Public request. Don't let Bart do that again. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but it wasn't very good.
You weren't bad the other day.
It wasn't terrible, but...
Actually, you've improved.
Well...
You've had to ride shotgun a few times.
Well, I only do it because the situation calls for it, but I don't go out of my way.
Kind of like right now, right? Are you riding shotgun right now? Come on, take over for about
Would
2 more minutes.
Would you finish the dang pretzel here pretty quick?
Just go.
No. And here's Michaelis. Gains the zone. Goes wide, puts a shot on wide, rings around the wall. It's going to come all the way back into the Elk River zone. This is going to be Skyberg. Ooh. Grabbed the puck off the wall for Elk River, and that was shut. The goal scorer from before, but the puck found its way up and over into the stands. So we're going to take a quick moment. 14:27 left in the second period. Are you good now?
Yeah, I see the Eden Prairie Brain Trust standing behind Clafton. Lee Smith, Paul Ranheim, and Tom Gertis.
Well,
and there's never a time when Gertis isn't laughing. Okay.
Yeah, I think he likes the environment, but they're part-time goal judges too.
But what do you think they're talking about right now? And then right behind the Elks goaltender, Josh Kojal, is the Edina Brain Trust.
They're talking about how to defend.
Terwilliger, Giles, and Harding. A little Oslickson back down there.
Yeah, they're talking about how to defend against Boltman.
What in the world are they talking about?
Trying to how to defend Steves and Middlestead, probably. Both coaching staffs have challenges tonight.
Oh, chance in front. Scores! What an opportunity right there, and the Elks put that one away.
Well, and I think it's actually Fertel that got that one. That's going to be a second goal, but a really nice play. He just got Kojal on one side, pulled the puck to the other, and deposited it in. He didn't have a lot of space. Kojal closing the gap quite quickly. But 13:48 second period, I think that's their 4th shot on goal. They already have 2 tallies, that's their 4th shot on goal and already 2 tallies. But Grand Rapids just got to find that magic and get some pucks on net, be effective.
Well, they've put plenty on net. It's just a matter of putting it in the net. With those 21 saves that we're seeing for Kojal so far, and counting here early on in the second period. Marcus Fertel, 2nd of the season, 2nd of the tournament. In front it goes Bradzinski. That one misses the mark to the near side. Now it's Wyatt Holcomb up to the line. That one deflects up off the netting and out of play. Well, 3:11 the time of that goal.
And I might have called Carter Clapton Kojal. I apologize for that. Still going through some adjustments on this side of it. But big goal. It's just Grand Rapids, again, doesn't look like they're too stunned by it, but they kind of get rolling here, Pete.
They got to stick to the game right now. Wrist shot turned aside by Kojal. That's Blake Johnson. That gets away from the outstretched glove of Kotzane. He gets it back from Michaelis. Back up ice he goes. Cross center, angles, shovels that one in deep as they'll go to work. Young comes over to make the play, looks up to the left wing side. And now it's going to be the Thunderhawks outletting to the right wing. That bounced the stick. And a nice job to cut that off at the line with Skyberg to play back in deep. Now the Thunderhawks again try to go high off the glass, and they do. And they're delayed offside for the Elks. Puck will be played rink wide to the right side as it's going to be backpedaled into the own zone now. On the left wing, it's going to be Skyberg with it. Skyberg is going to be forced into the corner, who plays that ahead. Turned over up high. They try to stick handle through traffic. And now it's on the stick for Skyberg, back in behind for Kotzane as he's going to fight off a would-be checker in Del Greco. Nice job to beat that forecheck, get it to center. No ice on the play as it's going to be Clafton to play that off the right wing boards. Del Greco was there. Nice job to toe the line by Casey. Gets some help from Humphrey. Swept over to the left wing and played to center. Humphrey comes away with it as he turns up ice as he surveys. Humphrey across the line, plays this off the boards. To the corner he goes, but Del Greco gets inside on him. We got two players that are involved in a little skirmish. They took each other out, but we play on. Del Greco to the slot. Humphrey, look out, he's got ice. Here he goes up ice. He cuts to the left wing side, drop pass at the line. Now it's going to be Casey to come away with it. Stick save Clafton. Now back up ice come the Thunderhawks from the left side. Greniak comes away, finds Humphrey on the move. Humphrey gains the line, cuts to the forehand. He's going to be shut down by the defense. Here comes a puck in on goal, and Kojal. Watch, this was awfully close.
Well, it was John Bonner that was closing off a line change, came out with some energy. Kojal kind of put in a tough situation. He opted to go for the puck, and he was successful on that one, but kind of an owly moment for Elk River as it was a Grand Rapids forward closing in very, very quickly. Face off to Kojal's right, 10:51 left in the second period. Elk River holding on, 2-goal advantage. That goal seemed to steady this Elk River team a little bit, and they're playing with a little better purpose.
Left wing side, always a big thing to have some confidence along the way. Open wing as the puck is handled by the Thunderhawks. Back into the left corner. That's off the skates there of Brous. And back up center they go with Skyberg. Skyberg tries to go inside out on that play, and that's it on goal, and that's covered by Clafton with 10:17 to go.
Well, Jackson Skyberg, just a sophomore defenseman, but he did a nice job of navigating his way through traffic in the neutral zone. The puck just kind of got ahead of him a little bit and came into Carter Clafton, who made the right decision to cover that puck. But really a nice attack by an activated Jackson Skyberg on that. Didn't have a lot of support with him. I think they went for a line change.
Back at the line, Greniak chops that back into the zone. And that's it on goal. That's stopped and handled by Clafton. Thunderhawks to center. Stroh. Cut off. Big check thrown there, left wing side. And on that play, that was Murphy who got forced back in. Fishing that out is Goring. And now it's going to be picked up by Holcomb. It's Braden Holcomb that plays that back to Peart. That one is deflected away, no ice on the play. Greniak has a long pass for Humphrey, who waited for that one offside at the line.
Well, Humphrey just took a shallower angle than he should have, but he just preceded the puck into the zone. Otherwise, it was a good idea. Humphrey just went to the far blue line, waited for the ring around the horn, but just danced into the zone a little bit early. Otherwise, it would have been a pretty good opportunity for Elk River. And that's after that goal. As you said, this team is showing a little confidence with the puck as far as possession. Grand Rapids still pretty methodical going about their business, but now they're having to defend more than they did in the first period. So that's a good sign for Coach Ben Gustafson.
Skyberg turned away now on the play. It's Kotzane as he's the defenseman who got his knees down and then kind of, that was awkward.
He got a forearm shiver on that one.
Miller, it was almost like he got the X-Pac bucking Bronco in the turnbuckle. That was the best.
Played, as it's not George the Animal, we'll be all right.
Shoveled back into the corner. Kotzane is there. And now it's Del Greco. He's brought down. Penalty coming up.
That's going to go on Caden Casey, the freshman. I believe it's going to be a cross check. It should be, but that's what happens when Del Greco moves his feet. Very elusive player, good side to side. But just the stick got up, put him down right in front of the referee. So it's going to be Grand Rapids that's going to get the golden opportunity. This is where it doesn't have to happen. It's not make or break, but it'd be a real good time for Elk River to get that 0 off the scoreboard. That has become way too familiar for the talent that's on this team. They're a little snake bit. Time to get the puck on the net and put it in.
Back into the corner it goes. Del Greco now. Look out. Ooh, nearly flat-footed. That would have been Michaelis off to the races. Back into the corner. Oh, in front. That one pushed wide of the mark. It was Murphy to play that up to the left point. Del Greco gets that back. Now it's on the stick of Young. Back into the corner. That misses the mark. Body check thrown there. Back up to the line. Young. Del Greco. Shot deflected. Wide of the mark. Hammered down the ice by Stroh as the partial change will be on. He'll be the only one to stay on the left side of the blue line. Now he's going to slide off or he switches sides rather with Kotzane. And here come the Thunderhawks with the power play for now. Another 1 minute remaining in it. 7:37 to go in the period. From the top of the right circle, Del Greco to the line. Shot in on goal. That's held on to by Kozel. He's been perfect here tonight.
Well, indeed he has, and I thought Easton Young made a good decision, put the puck on the net. He saw sight lines to the goal, but Kozel, a nice glove save on that one. But again, it's the opportunities. Once they start drying up is when you really start to worry. Just 50 seconds left on the penalty to Caden Casey of the Elks.
That shot misses the mark. Controlled and played up to the line. They'll play this one down the left wing side. Thunderhawks control as they have another 30 to go with the man advantage. Forced to reach back on that play was Miskovich. Now he plays to the left wing side. Brodzinski walks, shoots, and Kozel again makes the save.
Well, I like what Brodzinski did on that one. He got around the first player and then walked himself out to a better angle, put a pretty good shot on. But Kozel, once again, as he's done so many times tonight, made the save, held onto it. But on the power play, it was Grand Rapids that had some support down low, so another big save by Kozel. But I like the decision by Brodzinski to walk and take that shot.
Back up to the line, sent back down with 15 to go in the man advantage. You can hear the stick of Clafton on the ice as he's letting his club know that stepping on was Casey after that cross check. Oh, there's a nice pad save.
That's a good opportunity by Blake Johnson.
And now a delayed penalty coming up. And we'll get to see the power play coming up.
It's going to be a slash. And I think it's going to be Grant Wilson, senior defenseman. Yep, it's going to be Grant Wilson. Nice opportunity, 6:16 left in the second period. Now Elk River gets a chance on the power play. Grand Rapids wins the draw, sends it all the way down the ice. Kogel stops it, sets it up for his defenseman. This is Greniuk. Greniuk on the far side just misfires to Michaelis. It's going to be Braden Holcomb over the D, sends it down the ice. Kogel once again sets it up for Greniuk. Up to Michaelis up the left side. Challenged by Holcomb at the red line. And Grand Rapids gets possession, sends it right back down the ice. Good job at the kill so far. 1:20 left on the penalty to Grant Wilson of the Thunderhawks, and back come the Elks. This is Humphrey. He's got a good burst of speed. Some soft hands, cuts to the middle, puts a good shot. Wide of the mark. Now 3 Elk River Elks in the corner at one time, and it's Grand Rapids at good fight on that one. Grand Rapids gains possession, but nice keep by Greniuk to keep it in the zone and keep possession as they work it around. Michaelis being challenged. And here comes Grand Rapids.
On a breakaway, in on goal to the backhand, and Coulter rebound. Oh, he scores! Oh, I thought that one was nearly going to be gathered in, but the follow through, you go to the net, good things are going to happen, and you'll see that right here. There's the initial save. I believe that was the defenseman, Easton Young, who slid up in there.
Well, that's the follow-up. That's what you need to do. When you're struggling for goals, you need to activate defense and try to get numbers in the zone. It was Kogel that made the initial save, but it was the follow-up that eluded him. Easton Young, we're going to give him credit until Pat Milan tells us otherwise. Second goal of the year, but what a big one it was. And that's a shorty as well. So if you're going to break a trend, you might as well do it shorthanded, right?
A shorty 2-1 here late in the second period with 4:51 to go in it.
That changed the complexion of this game a little bit.
It certainly does. Off to the right wing side, shorthanded. Now it's Stroh to the right wing side. Casey wristed in on goal. That one taken by Skyberg. Looked into the glove by Clafton.
Yeah, that was a nice shot by Skyberg, but looked into the glove, as you said. But they give the credit to Hunter Bischoff. That would be his 4th. I don't think Grand Rapids really cares who scores. As long as they get a marker on the board, we don't have to stare at that 0. It finally got rewarded for all that hard work, but keep putting pucks on the net, but it certainly changed the dynamic of how this team's going about their business. They have some enthusiasm and energy now, Pete.
We'll have live games coming to you from both the Plymouth Ice Center and the St. Louis Park Rec Center as we bring 24 games next weekend from the Tradition in the Park Holiday Classic as well. We're going to have 7 more coming here from Braemar Arena of the Walser Invitational Tournament. We're now 5-on-5 with 4:08 to go. This one will work its way back into the Grand Rapids zone. Checked on the play and turned up by the Thunderhawks. That was Morquay there. Now Schutt. He's bothered on the play. Turning away from traffic. And it's played to safety, and out of the zone they come. Nice feed through the neutral zone with a move there for the Thunderhawks was Brous. That's going to be played back in for the defense, and on that is going to be Kotzane with it to the left wing side for Greniuk. He's checked on the play. Up to the line. Checked as he made the play was Young. Ooh, that got just away from Brous. Now on the stick of Schutt. Down to one knee to center ice he goes. Partial change, look out. Offside are the Thunderhawks. They need to touch back up, and they do. That one misses the mark, and icing will be the call. It's the intended pass was there, looking for Anderson, I believe that was.
Well, just misfired a little bit. Oh, my word, John Cougar. One of his better offerings.
Yeah, I appreciate that you made the call on it being John Cougar.
Well, he's not John.
Because that's what this one was.
Right, exactly. Thank you for
noticing. The whole
noticing.
Mellencamp thing just kind of wrecked it, didn't it?
Well, it just
no,
gave it a different.
Johnny.
Gave it a different flavor. That's all.
That
was one of his better songs. Nice job, Pat Milan.
You got Kenny Arnoff on drums, the very energetic one. Now it's going to be Humphrey with it. Quick snapper that's blocked.
It's a good stick by Young.
Play to the corner now. Blake Johnson was there. Now it's going to be handled by Murphy. Back into center. Oh, they got numbers if they hurry. Look at this. Oh, nifty pass. Holcomb goes behind the back. Holcomb to Holcomb. Braden to Wyatt.
Makes for a nice, friendly holiday season.
Michaelis plays to the right wing. Oh, yeah, lots of glad tidings at the Holcomb household. Bounding puck. Off the boards. Nice pass there. Taking it on an angle is Murphy. Rebound. Ooh. Del Greco tried to make a quick move. Murphy, nice check on the play there on Stroh, who tried to work it through. Now it's Greniak under control. Del Greco pickpockets him. Oh, what a play in front. Oh, and Kojal's there to bail out his steady defenseman. Delayed penalty coming up. This one behind the play. Let's see if our guy Todd Grover picked that one up.
I think it's going to be Stroh that's going to go. Zach Stroh, senior defenseman for Elk River, right in front of the referee. Kind of incidental. He could have maybe let that one go as a non-call, and I don't think too many people would argue, but it's going to be a holding penalty nonetheless. 1:44 left in the second period. And Grand Rapids with a great opportunity to finish this period strong with some positives. But Elk River, they have some work to do. The Elks power play about 80%. Thunderhawks the Elks penalty kill about 80%.
Say that 5 times.
Well, I can't even say it one time fast, apparently, but about a 14% power play for the Thunderhawks. I got through that one, though.
We are through just about 2 periods. The power play continues. A golden opportunity now here for the Thunderhawks. Kolschel to save the rebound. Oh, what a save. They thought that was in. They wrapped away at it. And there's, oh, look at that. A big cross check comes across, but we're going to let that sort itself out as we look at this one on replay.
Well, I don't blame him for thinking it was in. It's kind of amazing that it didn't, but Kolschel did a nice job to keep it out, and it looks like it's going to be Braden Holcomb that's going to go to the box for Grand Rapids. Going to balance things out a little bit, at least for about a minute 45. But that was ticketed to go in. The celebration started a little early, but Kolschel once again picks his team up when they're vulnerable. That's what good goalies do, Pete Wagner.
It is, and that was an acrobatic save. He had to make a recovery with people on top of him. Came over and made a heck of a save. Indeed.
Well, if you're a Thunderhawk fan, you have to like the aggressiveness that they went to the net waiting for the whistle. If you're an Elks fan, you might take a little offense to it, but now it's going to be 4-on-4. A lot of room to move out there for both teams.
So it will be 4-on-4 for a minute 45. There's 1:27 to go in the period. As it's the Thunderhawks, Zolke with it. He gives it back over on the far side. Back behind the net, it's Morkway with it. As he's checked that was Young as he was stopped on the way out. Young now looks to play this one rink wide. That one lost some steam on its way too, and it's picked up by Greniak. Now for the Elks, it's going to be Kotzane across the line, set up behind by Clafton. Thunderhawks play to the right wing side as they look to break this one out. Under a minute to go now with 51 in the period. Back at center, Young plays over to Del Greco. He'll gain the line and just tuck it in wide of Kojal's. Purposeful there as it's Casey and Greniak who shovels him to the ice. Del Greco comes across, and now back up out of the zone they go. On the move, here they go, the Elks with it with Michaelis across the line. He goes back door, and a pad save made by Clafton. That could have been the 2-goal lead right back at you.
That was a big save.
Instead, here come the Thunderhawks in transition across the line. They pull it to the backhand through the slot area, nothing there. Greniak off the boards to center ice it goes. Now it's going to be picked up on the play by Brous. They look ahead. Brodzinski reaches. He gathers in, plays this one across the line. Lost an edge as he plays it into the corner. On the puck now it's Brous. Wrister, that came up high and hit Greniak, and that ends the period. But a good finish here for the Thunderhawks as we're going to have an interesting third period coming up for you.
Well, indeed, it should be a good one, but boy, that was a long 10 seconds if you're an Elks fan. That buzzer never seemed to come, but it was Grand Rapids that finished the period very strong. But as you said, we're going to start the next period 4-on-4, so there's a lot of room out there. But 2-1's the score. Should be a terrific third period. Don't go away.
More comes up right after that. High school hockey continues right here at the MNHockey.tv, and we are between periods with Tradition Capital Bank's Dan Fagan. Thanks for joining us here. I know you've got a busy schedule, and we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about. First of all, why don't you share your position with the bank and what you do?
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm Dan Fagan, and President and CEO of Tradition Capital Bank.
And in your role, you've obviously have a bank that's a little bit different than other banks. We have a stereotypical thing in our mind, but when it comes down to what you are as a bank, can you kind of share what's different about you and who Tradition Capital Bank is?
Yeah, would be happy to. We started in 2005. We raised $10 million of capital, and we had a vision for being a bank of locally owned investors and bankers that are in our community to come together and create a bank that we would have this idea of doing business with friends and family and expanding that network over time. For us, we are a full-service community bank in the Twin Cities, so you can think of all the services that a Wells Fargo or a U.S. bank would do. We can do those here. But think of it in terms of high-touch, high service. So we have all the technology, mobile app, online banking. We have loans, deposits, all the types of things you get with a U.S. bank or Wells Fargo bank, you get with us. But when you come in, we know you by name. We recognize you. We give a high level of service. And it's a much different feel. We're a private bank, so we're not a high-value, mass-marketed bank. We're more unique and more kind of fly under the radar through our friends and family.
And so with that recognition from the client base and how it feels, it definitely, for those that come through your doors, it's a lost art, I think. And have you found as a business with what you offer, you have the technological capabilities of all the big box banks, if you will, but you have the hometown feel that we really don't get in the Twin Cities anymore?
Yeah, no, I would agree. And if you look, if you know the banking world, there's a lot of consolidation happening. So I don't want to say think of your Home Depot's taking out the local hardware store, but banks are very similar in that you can get lost as a customer in a big bank. But a bank like ours, we're smaller, we're more nimble, we're very responsive, but yet we were founded by a lot of good business owners in the Twin Cities community. And we have a lot of good bankers here. I myself was a former bank examiner. So we know banking very well, but we are very responsive. We're locally owned, local decision making, and you're not going to get that as much in the Twin Cities here. Other banks are making decisions, some in California, some in Wisconsin, some that take 3 weeks on a turnaround for you. If you come in here, we can talk among our bank and within a few hours get back to you and let you know, hey, this is something we can do. We've done, honest to goodness, we've closed a $10 million loan in a couple of days. Now, we don't do bad loans. We do good loans, but we're very responsive. We had all the information, and we put the transaction together, and that's just not something you're going to get at a big bank.
Well, there's some things that we say we're uniquely Minnesotan, but we also do business Minnesotan as well, so it's really helpful for those Minnesota businesses to know exactly that they have someone with their finger on the pulse of what's really happening here. Let's dig in a little bit deeper into the technology part of things that you have from the consumer, the user perspective. Can you kind of open up the toolkit there? What do you got?
Absolutely. So from a private banking perspective, we obviously have online banking that you could do on a desktop, or we have the kind of online tablet banking, but most importantly, we have our mobile banking app. If you're familiar with some of the larger banks, for example, Bank of America, we actually have the same platform that they use in their online banking. So we have banking where you can look at, obviously, account balances, make payments online. You can make transfers to other individuals. We have a product called Zelle that's very popular among
all
the big
over
banks.
We pay our employees with it.
There you go. So we've got Zelle here. So basically all the things you could do at the big banks, the technology's there, and we're implementing them and have that available for us. For our business customers, we also have business online banking, set up ACH originations, again, client to client, B2B, or individual to individual. We have all those services and technology, but the best part is that you have that hands-on, one-on-one. You need something, you pick up the phone, you dial a number, it's picked up by an individual, we know you, we're responsive, and we can make those things happen, whether it's a wire transfer, whether it's overdraft. If you are out and about, you go away for a weekend, and you forget to transfer money, and you're overdrawn, we're not going to return that check, and we're going to call you and say, hey, what happened? Because we know you. So you have all the tech now. You'll be able to see that, and you'll have probably something pop up on your app, insufficient funds, but you don't have to worry that we're going to return the check. You can call us. We know you. We take care of it. That's what you get when you're with Tradition.
And that's very unique. And you also, from someone picking up the phone, you don't have the phone tree to work through where they say, we didn't get that. Will you try that again? Which is really, for me, I think that's a terrific thing, too. As far as where you're going, obviously, you've opened up a fabulous facility in Wayzata. You're here in Edina, and are you also somewhere else?
In North Oaks.
North Oaks, that's correct. Anything beyond those 3 locations? What are you guys thinking there?
So I think right now for the Twin Cities, that's a pretty good market. And again, with technology, you don't need brick and mortar on every corner. In fact, you may not go into the bank as many times as you used to. Now we're here if you need us. The reason we had Edina was our original spot. We went to North Oaks. It was pretty strategic because it was literally across town on the other side to serve kind of the St. Paul market and North Metro. Wayzata was a very unique opportunity that we had a client that had a building and said, hey, you know what, this is a cool little community out here. So we looked to set up a small location. We have about 10 staff, just under 10 staff that are at our Wayzata location, but again, full service banking. In terms of the Twin Cities, that's what we're at kind of right now, but we obviously are always looking at strategic initiatives. What I will say is that, and this is a little bit down the road, but we have a lot of clients that were private bank clients that winter in either Arizona or Naples. And so we are considering putting kind of now we can do business down there already, but we are looking at down the road setting up some branch locations because we want to make sure we take care of our clients wherever they're at. And those seem to be some markets that a lot of people are attracted to, and we've had a lot of customer relationships out there. So that's kind of a little thing in the future that we're taking a look at.
Well, so not far away, we have our Edina Jerry's Foods down in Sanibel Island, so why not? The free shameless plug, sorry.
Yes,
hope you're okay with that.
absolutely.
Kind of the same concept for those of you that appreciate that.
That's exactly what it is. We're Minnesotans. We know this market. We know our people.
Everybody loves that.
And everybody loves that. And if you're going to be out in those other communities dealing with people that are just good, hardworking, good, valued Minnesota people, that's what we're looking to do. And by the way, we have an aging employee base, and some of these employees are looking to go to these communities. So it's a nice way to retain not only our customers, but also some of our employees. And so we see a big opportunity. But also, I think there's a lot of people in those communities that miss kind of that hometown, small town feel. You go in, it's a handshake, you see things. Yes, we need to fill out paperwork and all that, but we do our best to be people of integrity. And when we tell you we're going to do something, we do it. No surprises, handshake, that's the way we do it.
Terrific stuff, Dan. Finally, if I want to get started with you, if I'm a business or a consumer, what's the best way? Just pop in, give you a call? What do you guys prefer?
Either, yeah. We have kind of on our website, you can see kind of the department leads we have here, whether it's a business banking need, private banking need, construction development. Obviously, you can have call us on the phone. The best way is either that or just come in person. We have bankers here on site that if you're not calling us, if you're in the area, pop in, we'll get somebody right away. We always have someone to handle the needs there. So it's literally a phone call, let us know, and we'll do everything we can to help. If we're not the best fit for you or the best resource, we'll do everything we can to help make that appropriate connection to someone that might better serve you.
That's exactly who these people are, folks. What is that email? Why don't you shoot that out there for everybody? Or email, sorry, website, web address. Why don't you shoot that for us?
www.tradition.bank, B-A-N-K.
Simple enough. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks so much.
Good stuff. Thank you. We'll be back with more high school hockey coming up right after this. And here we go. We get ready for the third period. The Thunderhawks and the Elks. Along with Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. And there's a lot of debate about the Grand Rapids goal. I mean, it was pretty clear, and, you know, the refs didn't quite get that one right. That's part of the game. It's tough to sort that out down there. And, sorry, do you want to be turned up, Bart? Oh,
yeah,
welcome.
There was a lot of activity down by the goal, so you can kind of give them a bit of a free pass. But, Pete, it was Easton Young that scored that goal, with Bischoff getting the assist, the primary, and then Braden Holcomb getting the secondary. And that was at the 12-minute mark, but that was a shorty. Pete, a little bit of news, conspicuously absent from the Thunderhawks lineup from the period forward was Jack Peart, not on the roster or not in the lineup anymore. He's wearing the gray shirt on the bench, so they pretty much put him on the shelf for the game. No further information.
Well, who's wearing 2-3 right now?
All right, well, I got that from the boys upstairs, so apparently he's back on the ice.
Peart will start the...
Boy, we're getting a lot of great information.
Wow, a lot
today.
of bad information.
Right.
So we're looking. He just said it over here. He looks like a genius, and they're laughing at you because you got set up.
They're sabotaging me.
From J105 FM, KBAJ just rocked Bart Archer with fake news, and you bid on it.
Fake news.
Oh, that is
well, it's good
great.
to see him back, bottom line. I don't care if I'm wrong, but I want to see his talents.
Okay, we'll be back to one man short now for Grand Rapids as Elk River will have the power play, but the Thunderhawks possess. It's pretty much going to do it. Peart with it now. Unless he has a lookalike. Oh, that's going to be, nope, no icing on the play there as it's sent right back into Elks territory.
Well, I thought it hit a glove on the Elks bench, but they play on.
Peart runs into a pair of Elks. There's a wrist shot that hit Young in the backside there as he's going to come to the near corner and guide that one along to the left wing on the breakout. They tried to find Braden Holcomb, and now it's going to be turned by Michaelis on the stick of Greniak. Nothing after one period from the Tria rink featuring Hill Murray Pioneers and the St. Thomas Academy Cadets. Our very own Matt Harrington getting the job done on the play-by-play. Now Humphrey dangles across the line, pad save. Humphrey again hangs on to that one. Leaves this one off and sent right back in. Humphrey there again. He's checked on the play. Braden Holcomb, now it's going to be outletted left wing side. Murphy tried to find his man Miskovich in the middle as that was poked to the far, or the near corner rather. Big collision off the end boards. 1 goal game between these two clubs. And Humphrey will come again away with it. Looks up ice and guides that one back in behind as Clafton chops at that and keeps it alive. Wilson finds the oncoming Brodzinski. And it's going to be played back in and behind. Cut off by Clafton. Now Zulke has it. He'll play this one. And at center ice, off the glass. Hops the stick of Wilson. Wrister and a glove save. Clafton. That's a nice little save there.
Well,
that came in a hurry.
Yeah, and that was a good shot by Nordstrom on that. Nordstrom got an assist on Schutt's goal early in this game. Got a good opportunity there. High in the slot, tried to go glove side on Carter Clafton, and Clafton made a difficult save look pretty easy. Face off to his right, 14:37. Elk River still up by 1. Well, it's certainly a different Elk River team than we saw in the first period.
Thunderhawks control with Del Greco. Got a 3-2 trap on the way out of the zone. Good luck. You got to eat some Drano to get through that. And icing the call, as I said.
Well, that one's going to come all the way back. But just to go through the goal scorers, Schutt got a second for Elk River, then Pertel his second for Elk River. That's their 2. And as we talked about, it is Easton Young that has his second goal. So 2s are Wild, looking to tie this one at 2. But Elk River offensive zone faceoff.
Bischoff gets the nod after Del Greco was tossed. Miller stopped on the play by Michaelis. Now there goes Peart Bart Archer put a scare into the St. Cloud State Huskies. Pad save. And up ice they go with Michaelis to the left wing side. Oh, with energy across the line, but that shot was blocked, the attempt by Blake Johnson. Here they go now. It's going to be Morquay with it. The defenseman holding, shoots. Wanted the short side, but that was Kogel there to shut the door. Morquay gets it back behind the net. He's jammed on the play by Stroh, but keeps his feet moving. Now they find it off to Bischoff. Bischoff fights off a check. Plays this one up to the line. There's a wrister that's off the stick of Greniak. He plays this one to the corner. Del Greco plays this for Peart. Peart says no to the left and tries to go to the right. Nice job by Del Greco to bail his defenseman out there. Now it's played back up high. There's a quick shot. Blocker pad saved by Kogel. A quick chance there by Murphy. We remain 2-1.
Well, pretty nice sequence. As you said, Peart was walking the blue line, but it was Del Greco that grabbed that puck, and it eventually got him at Crea Murphy's stick and put a pretty good shot on goal, but Kogel up and out of play. Face off to his left, 13-10 left in regulation.
Just taking on the texture of a potential overtime game. I don't know.
Kind of got the feel.
Very tight. Back up through center ice. Now it's Humphrey with it. Lost the handle. He'll regroup and gather it up. Gives it over to the defenseman. Nice hard pass there. Gets it back across the line. Gets away from one man. Couldn't get past two as he's cut off on the play by Young. And now it's turned back up ice. It's batted down. And back into the Elk River zone it goes as it's going to be played up the wall by Skyberg. That one fails to click for Michaelis. And it's going to be back into the neutral zone for the Thunderhawks as they'll regroup. Handled by Zulke. Took that from Young. Now in front of the bench penalty box area there. It's played in deep by the Thunderhawks, or the Elks rather. That was Nordstrom on the play. Nordstrom slides over to the corner. He's bumped by Zulke. Young now up to the right wing side. Miskovich chops at that, nowhere to go. Cut off. They play this out front. Oh, and a save by Clafton as he looked to his right. Lost his sight on that one. And icing will be your call.
Well, Clafton just got enough of that one to redirect it, and it just went inches wide of the post. It kind of snuck past him, but he got enough on it to redirect it. So another nice play by the Grand Rapids goaltender. But Elk River's Humphreys, Austin Humphrey, number 10, really turned in a good performance last night, and that looks to be continuing tonight. He's been a very effective player for Elk River, whether it be possession or just one-on-one battles, but he's really kind of shown up to play, and it's had a great effect on this Elks team.
It has indeed, as now it's the Thunderhawks to the left wing side. Del Greco took a nice feed there from Miller with energy across the line. Here comes Miller, follow through, scores! Oh, he gathered it in off his left heel and finds the far side. Another defenseman dents the twine. Doesn't matter where you get your goals from, get them. Here's a great job there.
And I think that's his first goal of the season right now. Does a little flyby by the Elk River bench. Not sure I'm a big fan of that one, but nonetheless, it's knotted at 2. So big goal by Grand Rapids. And Cody Miller put that one away. And it was Kogel that came out challenged, but he left a little bit opening on the glove side. And there's a shot with some velocity on it. Big goal by Grand Rapids. And overtime lurks on the horizon.
I said I felt it. We'll see. Don't you think?
Yeah, well, I concur. Oh, they're coming in bunches.
He scores again, and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks take the 3-2 lead.
Well, Pat Milan's got a multitask too. But actually, I think that one is Bischoff, so Hunter Bischoff got that tally. So he took it away from him before, but he came back and earned another one. Now it's 3-2 Grand Rapids. The onus is back on the Elks to answer back, but obviously the momentum and energy is with the Thunderhawks as we stand right now.
They brought the celly right to the Eden Prairie Eagles Brain Trust. All three of them, it's like it's a position. They all stand there with their coffees. I've never seen guys drink more coffee in my life than them.
Well, you're not in the car business. That's why, P-Way.
I couldn't even imagine. Puck
it's a prerequisite. If you don't drink
I don't
coffee,
drink
don't
it, so I could care less, but
no,
it's just like,
you.
how can you do that? It's just gross. Now it's played back to the slot area. Cody Miller with the first goal. Bart Archer's calling Bischoff on the second. As up to the left wing side it goes for Wyatt Holcomb. There's a shot that misses the mark, so it went from 2-1 to 3-2 in a matter of seconds here in the third period. Elks will work this in the offensive zone and no ice on the play. And it's going to be set up off to the side of the net for Stroh by Kojal. Rink wide they go. Sent back over to the bench areas. It's sent in behind. Kojal is there again. Stroh lets that one go. They play this one up to the line, but that's cut off by Murphy. Murphy to the right side. A one-timer, no, he's going to hang on to it. Young looks and plays. Now he shoots this one through. Seeing eyes, it finds its way in on Kojal, and he's going to hang on.
Well, it's good for the goaltender to field the puck again. 2 goals against in 15 seconds. Obviously not the goaltender's fault. It's just Grand Rapids creating opportunities and making the most of them. But 3-2 now, 9:55. And Elk River hasn't had a lot of time down in the offensive zone. So good energy from Grand Rapids. But Elk River's got to get on their horse and start getting back to what they were doing in the first and second period.
Well, there's a shot on goal handled by Kojal in front. Puck still loose and the whistle on the play. And that got just lodged a little bit. Look out, that one went up over the top of the goal. Kind of took Kojal by surprise, came in out of nowhere. And here come the Elks in transition. Sent down the wall, and Elk River again moves this one in. That's up off the netting. And will face off up in the neutral zone.
Well, it was Skyberg that sent that one in. I think he got a little more velocity on it than he wanted to. But we are going to get a whistle. Pete, what did you say the score was of the Cretin-Durham Hall Benilde St. Margaret game?
4-1.
4-1.
Cretin-Durham Hall, the winners.
That's a pretty big
win. It's a big section
the
win there.
Yeah.
So now if you're the Red Knights, you got the section win against Edina, the section loss to Cretin-Durham. I mean, that's just any one of 6 teams are in the mix there. In the 6AA. Through center Del Greco with it. Looks to the slot area. All sorts of energy there, and off goes the net.
Well, it was Cody Miller going to the net, being contested on the way in. I believe it was by Skyberg. I'm not 100% sure, but Del Greco very, very elusive. But I think it was Bjorn Franke that actually interrupted that one. But Del Greco's really turning in a very impressive performance again tonight. Just a sophomore, but very dynamic, very skilled offensively, but he's very good side to side, very elusive. Makes things happen and creates some space.
They're taking this one outside the zone.
Well, initiated by the Thunderhawks, and that would be Cody Miller crashing the net.
From center, it's going to be played right back into the Elk River zone. Kotzane is there, but spinning off that puck is Browse after he was bumped. And it's going to be moved ahead. Nordstrom was looking for Frittel, who has 2 goals here in this tournament. The Elks will play this to the right wing side. Up and out of play it goes, and they're going to take this one outside.
Now, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like the intensity's kind of planed out a little bit.
I know.
It's kind of more plotting, not so much intensity and flow right now, but that's just 2 teams defending. Elk River back on their heels a little bit. Grand Rapids really kind of turning up their game.
Face-off control by the Thunderhawks as they look ahead. That one gets through everyone, and back into Elk River territory it goes. Stroh with it. He's going to play this to an open corner. And that's going to be bumped back to Johnson. Too far for Johnson on the return, as that was played away by Peart, but there's a nice job. Shut to the slot. breaks the stick. He's going to head to the bench. And now it's going to be controlled by Peart. His pass bounded through Stroh, no ice on the play. And the Elks with speed through center. Who else but Michaelis? The guy can fly. Try and angle a pass. That was Humphrey looking for his man, Blake Johnson, but picked off. Thunderhawks across the line. Back over to the far corner. Chop back in. Nice little subtle play there by Young to just get it deeper, and now he'll head to the bench. And it's going to be the Elks back up through center ice, stick handling through traffic. Michaelis finds Humphrey. Clafton the save, turns that aside. That one goes up off the netting and out of play.
That was really a good save. Humphrey just threw it on net, but he stretched out his toe, and Clafton made a nice save, directed the puck in the side. Then the follow-up opportunity up into the netting, so hence the whistle. They're going to keep it in the zone. So apparently it was deflected. Grand Rapids contending that assessment, but we play on. Del Greco against Casey.
Sent back into the corner behind the net. Wilson. Now they're going to play to the right wing side. Holding and playing that off the boards. Nice job to cut that off with Skyberg. Skyberg works it rink wide. Greniuk back over for Skyberg. Ahead he goes, misses the mark. It's going to be Zolke for Wilson. Wilson looks a little further up ice for Del Greco. Plays this in deep, 6.5 to go in the third. And the Elks travel this one out of the zone. Knocked off the stick there. Greniuk stood up on the play. And dancing is Brodzinski. Off the stick of Skyberg. And back in behind the net. Skyberg fights off a check. Oh, they got a hold coming up.
Yeah, it's gonna
just enough to bring him down.
Yeah, it's going to be Wade Browse. Just took his hand off the stick, and it's kind of dangerous area when you do that. Just trying to make a play. Good effort by Browse to actually catch up with that play. Solid on the forecheck. Just got a little aggressive. Wrapped him up. 6:06. Well, great opportunity it is right now for the Elks. 9.7 power play, so they have some work to do to pick that number up. An 81.2 penalty kill for Grand Rapids, pretty respectable number, but the challenge is in front of them. But great chance for the Elks to tie this one up.
10:54 on the hold. And back into the neutral zone. Elks play this one behind the net. Puck is played off the skates of the oncoming Frankie. And Skyberg is there to make the play. Frankie, left wing side, across the line. Stroh. Shot to say. What do you think I'm laughing at?
Oh, the music.
No.
Oh.
Rick, the Zamboni guy, looks just like Dave Terwilliger, the Edina coach. And he literally just walked out and turned right, and they kind of moved the same.
Yep.
And then a puck went over, and then Dave Terwilliger came to get the puck. It was like seeing double. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's our little joke.
It was the can't touch this music.
Well, that too.
Which is worthy of a smile.
Pat Milan's bringing a good mix tonight.
Oh, I think he enjoys this tournament a little bit.
In on goal, absolutely. It's showtime.
Wow, that's a good shot by Michaelis, bidding for his 10th.
Don't forget, on the MNHockey.tv show page, we have this all broken down into tournaments and how you get here and see things. But for this specific page, we've got the JH Recovery Fund. That's the Jeff Hodling Recovery Fund, a guy that has worked here at Braemar Arena, was savagely beaten and in a coma for quite some time, penalty coming up. And, basically as a community, as a hockey family, we've got the GoFundMe page set up there. And the City of Edina, led by Kurt, Mary, Pat Giles, have stepped up and put together a special evening for him, as we've been trying to raise money for him all weekend long. So be sure to check that out, even if it's $1, $2, $5.
Right.
Just to show our pride. Everybody's been doing a great job, and I've watched the numbers grow on his GoFundMe page. And it's going to be millions of dollars for rehab to get him back.
And it's nothing that he initiated. He was a victim.
He was attacked for no reason.
So if you can give, please jump in. Any little bit will help. But Blake Johnson took a penalty for Elk River to balance the scales at least for another 41 seconds. But now it's 4-on-4. Both teams have pretty good speed, but kind of nullified the advantage that the Elks had with the man advantage. But offensive zone faceoff, Michaelis and Humphrey up front. And it's Braden Holcomb and Hunter Bishop up front for the Thunderhawks.
Puck will be set back in behind the net. Controlled by the Thunderhawks on the play there. That was Young who found Peart. 4-on-4 for 26 more seconds. 4:30 to go in the third. Peart now across the line. Tried to find his man Bischoff, who was oncoming there. Thunderhawks with a 3-2 lead. Puck played back to center. Michaelis comes back into the corner with Young. Young fights off Michaelis and gets that over to his partner Peart. Ahead it goes to Braden Holcomb as he finds Murphy. Now the Thunderhawks will have the power play for 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Well, just it was a good try as far as the pass, but just McCrea Murphy couldn't catch up with that puck. It's going to come all the way down. And as you said, Pete Wagner, it's 1 minute and 7 on the penalty.
Grand Rapids takes the timeout.
Well, I think Wade Chido picked a good time for a timeout as they are a man down, just to make sure everybody's focused, give everybody a little extra rest, maybe get some fluids if they need it, but just getting the guys refocused. They're in a position right now where they're the front runners, so they have some responsibilities that they haven't seen in the last brief history anyway. Elk River's got some work to do as well, so I'm sure Ben Gustafson, not to be confused, is getting refocused again.
Only the veteran of veterans would appreciate that one. So there's a good look at Ben Gustafson talking things over with his squad. Now they have themselves a 2-0 lead. They've seen that dissipate with 3 unanswered by the Thunderhawks. 2 within a matter of what?
15 seconds.
There you go. Right off the draw, they came back down.
And they were 2 pretty good looks, too. Nothing cheap about either one of those. And the goaltender did everything, Kojal did everything he could to keep his team where it is, but it certainly gave Grand Rapids a little confidence, and when they get confidence, they play a lot more sound game, a lot more fundamentally sound game, and they're showing some energy. But 4:05 to finish this one out for the Thunderhawks, 4:05 to tie this game up for Elk River. Time is of the essence.
Puck will be pushed to the corner by Murphy, as it's going to be Peart with it. Off to the right wing for Del Greco. Del Greco will carry this one down the wall as he stays and is forced wide in the play by Greniak. Now Peart to the left wing, back for Peart. He'll play that one over to the right side for Del Greco. Now it's going to be Holcomb into the corner. They find that one through the slot area. Almost. Del Greco hops the stick. That's going to be a delayed offside. Somehow they got that knocked to center, and away we go. Peart.
Well, he maintained control. That's the important
dangerous.
part.
He's been on the puck this whole power play, it seems. Peart with it from the left side. Gets it back. Quickly over for Del Greco. Del Greco tried to lay that one over, but Peart keeps it alive. Nice little play there. Ooh, they still have it. Holcomb shoots, and there was a puck that went in on Murphy, or a check that was nearly deflected by Murphy that went on Kojal. That was quite the chance.
Well, a really good play by Grand Rapids high in the zone, and it was Jack Peart that really did some dancing, but managed the puck in traffic, and it's Elk River that's showing him the respect. They know what he's capable of, so they kind of give him the Gretzky factor and back off about a half a step, and that's really all he needs to do to make something happen. I know. I said the same thing.
Arena manager Chad Ishins made sure we were all good here, and I said I called overtime. And he goes, no. He always wants to keep it on schedule. There's a chance in front. Elks are now at full strength with 2:47 to go. Here they come across the line. There's a wrist shot that misses the mark. Humphreys will let that one go as he tries to cycle that one down. That was cut off on the way up by Wilson. Now it's glove down. They closed the hand on that, I bet. Did Bonner? Yes, he did.
Well, that's a kind of a tough call, but Michaelis had the puck in the zone, but he was flat-footed. He didn't have any forward progress at all. Tried to find somebody and just sent it to an area where they thought they could get it, but closing the hand of the puck, so it's going to come all the way down to the Grand Rapids zone to Clafton's right. 2:30 left in this in regulation time. Elk River offensive zone faceoff, great chance right now.
Nice job off the faceoff with Browse to move his feet. He's racing in on goal, shoots, scores!
Oh, my.
That is textbook there. Browse with the 4-2 Grand Rapids lead.
And for Browse, that's going to be his first goal of the season, but he finally got, I've said this before, but he got finally rewarded for a lot of hard work. He's been flying up and down, solid forecheck, finally got rewarded, just went up glove side, beat Kogel, so now it's 4-2, 2:22. Still time left for Elk River if they can settle down and get refocused, but Grand Rapids obviously feeling pretty good about themselves right now, and deservedly so.
Yes, indeed they are, Bart. Face-off will be shoveled over to the left wing side. Controlled now by the Thunderhawks, looking to even their record up at 4-4. We've got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to try to cinch this one in, see what the Elks do in response. Puck played back in behind the net. The carom up to the right side for Browse. Edina and Eden Prairie slated for an 8:30 start time here tonight. They'll be coming up next. You'll have to jump out of this broadcast and then jump into the next player for that one, as each has its own unique URL, if you will, that we have embedded within the mnhockey.tv. 1:42 to go in the period. Humphrey now across the line. He'll hold it and shoot, turned aside by Clafton, and over to the right wing side. Pulled out of there by Braden Holcomb. Up to the line, sticked out of there by Bischoff. In front of the bench area, coming across was Murphy. And now it's going to be the Elks transitioning back up ice with the empty net, down by 2. At the line, that one was good. Humphrey stayed on that. And now it's going to be turned back up ice, and they're going to work it now. It's going to be Morquay as he guides that one in for the empty netter. And the 5-2 lead for the Thunderhawks.
Well, and for Morquay, that's going to be his second goal of the season, but just kind of final frosting on the cake, so to speak. But it was 4-0 at one point, but Elk River trying to activate, take some chances, get numbers down low, but the puck didn't cooperate with him. Grand Rapids comes down and pretty much seals the victory. We're just 59 seconds left in regulation time, up 5-2. But good showing by Grand Rapids. I think this team needed this shot of confidence coming in, being shut out the first 2 games. They played very well, but tonight they didn't play a bad first period. They got 20 shots on goal, but finally they broke through that threshold. They're starting to score goals now and feel good.
Yeah, when Clafton, Kogel have been 2 good goaltenders all night long, and you know, after that period, it was, you know, you don't stop, you keep going, and they definitely have, with 5 unanswered, answered that bell. Back at center ice, Wilson. Around the rail it goes. And now it's going to be picked up, jammed by Shutt. Greniak is there with 20 seconds to go in the period. Check that was Nordstrom, rather 13. Now it's going to be Wilson with it. Cut off by Nordstrom, wrist shot. And the pad saved by Clafton.
Boy, Clafton really works his pads really well. That shot on Humphrey short side, he went down and blocked it. He has very good leg movement. Oh, no.
Nothing will happen here. We're all good.
Now a little pride on the ice from both sides. Just a little communication after the whistle, after the game. but it looks like things have quieted and
Got to
settled down a
credit the
little bit.
refs did an incredible job of just saying.
Oh, he did a great job.
All three of them. Just they took about, 15 guys and said it was 15 on 3. And they basically said not going to happen.
And the linesman's not a small man either.
Well, the beauty of this is this will not be a junior gold situation where the fights would erupt right here. And we have to shake the hands before the game. Right?
That's kind of a tough situation, but a nice game by both teams. Both teams showing up to play. It was Grand Rapids that obviously bested them 5-2. Bishop with a Gino and 2 apples tonight. He was a very prominent player, but you look at the score sheet. It's a good balanced scoring by this Grand Rapids team too. It's not just one player focus. I thought Del Greco was fabulous tonight. A lot of accolades going out. Both goaltenders meet at center ice and give each other a way to go. Mutual respect on that. But a nice showing by both teams. Obviously, they probably wanted a little bit more success, but I think they learned a little something about themselves. Third game in 3 nights, didn't really see any mental fatigue or physical fatigue.
I thought they both played very strong games
Absolutely.
tonight. Perfect.
Took a while for Grand Rapids to kind of get that tally on the scoreboard, but once they did, they came in bunches, P. Wagner. They scored 2 goals within 15 seconds after not being able to get a goal for 2 games.
We're on pace to start at 8:30, it looks like, so be with us. We're going to jump out of this stream, jump into a new one here in about 20 minutes, and we'll have all the high school hockey action you can as we continue our race through an incredible season of live coverage at the MNHockey.tv. For Bart Archer, Todd Grover, I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.